Well, hi from New York. Well, not exactly New York, because I'm in New Jersey, over the Hudson River, a place called, I think it's Union City. So, strange accent over here. New Jersey, I think they call it. It comes from W.C. Fields. I think originally his ancestors from Yorkshire, but you can see how high some of the buildings in Manhattan are getting now if you look at some of these. The most unusual shapes and designs show how high they are. They're almost in the clouds. Mind you, it is early in the morning, and you can see, if you just come around a little bit more, that building on the, let's cross over, that building there I think is the Empire State Building. The one just there, that's the Empire State Building, built in the 1920s. Famous for King Kong climbing up with a damsel in distress in his hands. I walk down to the Hudson River and take you along the skyline here, because for me the fascinating thing about this place is 250 years ago this would have been part of England. You know, with red coats, soldiers, marines walking around here, bivouacked out, and none of this would have been here. This would have been all just fields and hills, mountains, and some big battles were fought around here, decisive battles that determined the outcome of whether we kept America or not in the 1770s, and up until 1783 I think the British Army were in New York. So, not exactly glamorous sort of area, and believe it or not, this is where Frank Sinatra grew up, in this area in New Jersey. You'd think it'd be a little bit more glamorous than this, wouldn't you? But Sinatra probably run around the streets here as a child. It's mainly a Latino area now, and very, very busy. America is manic society. Some of them still under construction, see that? So the city is going up and up and up and up and up. And that's a unique thing about New York City. They had to go up because Manhattan Island is only 11 miles long by 3 miles wide, I think. They had to go up. The only way is up, as they say. A lot of Spanish spoken around here. And some of the buildings seem to be getting taller and skinnier, like those there, which I think is around Central Park. So this is where Sinatra grew up. This was his childhood environment, I believe. You can see most of the houses here constructed in, some of them brick buildings, some of the older ones, but many of them with wood. Well, they've got another term for it, not wood, but I don't know why they do that in the States, because the temperature here is similar to the UK. So this is the early morning in New Jersey. A lot of them are driving into work in Manhattan under the New Holland Tunnel, I think it is here. And it's changed so much, New York, since I was here last. I came in at JFK a few days ago, and they've got what's known as an air train, not a sky train, an air train, which takes you to Jamaica Station, Jamaican Queens, where you can get into the rest of New York. Supposed to get to the waterfront down here somewhere. Remember that movie with Marlon Brando, On the Waterfront? Great movie. See those buildings there, look? In the clouds. You seldom get that in London, where they're that. Even the Shard, one of the tallest buildings in London, they seldom are in the clouds. So that skyline is so well known around the world. to get to the waterfront down here somewhere. Ah, here you go, looking, this is it. So yeah, you can look across at the that one there reminds me a lot of Canary Wharf. See that one there, like with the Masonic symbol on top? Unless they've dug that up and brought it over here, that is almost identical to Canary Wharf. Over there it is in New York. That's a place called Newark. Not so much, mainly industrial area, Newark. I've been there a couple of Newark Airport. Not New York, Newark. So as I say, 250 years ago, in 2026, it will be exactly 250 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed. The war was continuing at that time, because I do know the British Army were in New York City up until 1783. Look at that. Talk about crowded buildings. Canary Wharf Mark II, that is. That one there is the Freedom Tower, where the World Trade Center used to stand. And I never understand why they didn't build 2 new twin towers there, because I think it would have been far more dynamic. And if you're looking at a memoriam for the people that died there, I think a twin tower would have been better and had much more impetus on visitors. So go around there, come to the Brooklyn Bridge, and again, Brooklyn at the time, I don't want to be romantic, but 250 years ago, Brooklyn would have been a little English village, with British soldiers, big out getting drunk, and part of the reason they didn't want the British here wasn't just taxation. It was because Americans, who were obviously British subjects at the time, had to put up British soldiers in their houses, so they probably got drunk and everything in between fighting Washington, the Continental Army. But an army's got to have its creature comforts, haven't it? So that's another reason they probably got fed up with us. We just become too much of a problem to them. They love their ball games over here. Everything's ball games, and basketball's popular. I was in a really nice Latino place last night, and they love their basketball. The Harlem Globetrotters. Whatever happened to them? It used to be a cartoon show. Remember that? Harlem Globetrotters. JK Boulevard East. Yeah, they used to have, up until 1916, they had in New York City what's known as a Freedom Day where they celebrated victory over independence from Great Britain. And as I say, 1916, ironically, was the year that America joined Britain in World War I. So it's strange that despite being at war with America for 8.5 years, America and Britain became quite aligned in the years after, not just in World War I, but obviously in World War II. I think they came into that in 1941. So yeah, it doesn't seem to be any animosity. It was a long time ago after all. And the flag at the time under British rule would have been similar to the Stars and Stripes. They had a number of models, but the main one was the stripes with the Union Jack in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, sorry.